today we've got a TomTom GO 6000 and the model number is a 4FL60. GO 6000, model number 4FL60. Now this one has come in for a no power issue, but there is a problem. So let me just quickly show you. So if I plug this into my meter, we should get some sort of reading. The current should go up, and that means that it's pulling some power. However, this one is doing nothing. Now there is a reason for that. I've had a quick look externally. Inside the socket, I'm not sure if you can see. Can you see those blue marks where the charging socket is? Yeah, I'm sure you can. Just there. That is some sort of oxidization, liquid damage, basically. So either it's been in liquid or some moisture has got into this part and preventing it from charging. So let's just open it up and see what's actually going on inside. For this you need a T5-bit screwdriver. There is a kit available in the link below in the description, which comes with all the bits that you need and more. This is the kit actually here. Okay, it's a Chardon 122 piece. Have a look at it. It may come in handy. Okay, they're not that expensive. Right, so take those two screws out, pop them into a container, like so. And how do we prise off? How do we get into the device itself? So we need a opening tool, something like this. You can get all these tools from the links below. This one is a very old one. I've had this for about 10 years, but working perfectly fine. I don't fancy getting another one. Don't need to. Right. Okay. So if you look here, there is a bit of a groove that you can get your opening tool in, and you can pop off the cover. As you can see, slowly. Hear those clicks? That's what you want to hear. Those satisfying clicks. But just don't go in too deep. You don't want to damage any flex cables, especially for the screen. And you've got a power button here. Be careful there. Slowly, just pop it out. Okay, I'm going to have a look inside where the flex cables are. I can see here the flex cables are on this side of the screen. So this, we're going to lift this side up so we don't lift that side, rip off anything off the board. So you're lifting off, let me just tell you now, show you. So on the right of the TomTom side, that's where the flex cables are. So we're lifting up the digitizer and the screen panel this way, okay? Like so. Okay, now I'm having a quick look internally. I can't see no liquid damage anywhere, with the naked eye at least. So now we're going to remove the digitizer. You've got a digitizer, well, you've got the LCD connectors here and the digitizer, which is the touchscreen connector, and you've also got a mic connector here. So be careful of that. Let's disconnect the screen first. Okay, so pull that out, and then you can slowly push that out. Now the mic, we'll just pop it off the screen here. Okay, it's easy to do that rather than taking it out of here. You could damage that connector. I wouldn't move it, but anyway. So let's see what we've got here, what we've got to play with. I want to try something first actually. I'm going to disconnect the battery. It's possible the battery's completely knackered. That is possible. But also this charging socket. I might need to use my microscope for this. Can you see that there? I'm just going to use these pins and see if any of the pins are moving. Doesn't look like it. Right. Let's just clean up with alcohol inside there. Let's see. Put some. This is actually a makeup brush from Primark. On this side, it's a little bit. The brush is a little bit harder for those stubborn bits. I'm just going to clean behind there as well, just in case there's any moisture or liquid damage that's affected that area as well. Right, I'm just going to plug in the charging cable, see what it does. Obviously nothing because the battery's disconnected. So what I'm going to do now is with a multimeter, I want to check if there's anything going to the battery pins, any voltage. Let me just plug in the battery. Nope, nothing happening at all. So now I'm going to take out the board and see what's going on. And look under the microscope at this socket, because that could actually be. I'm just going to move it up and down. It looks a bit loose. It does look a bit loose, because as I'm moving it, it's rocking. So I need to have a look at that. That shouldn't be rocking like that. Yeah, I can see it's loose. Well, let's have a look. let's just take it out of the housing and we'll see where we are. Right, before we pull out the board, we need to remove the battery connector and also the rear speaker connector, which is this cable here. Okay, once you've done that, we should be fine to just pop it out like so. Okay, be careful of the card that's in there. That's obviously a SIM card. Right, now the battery, that battery is expanded. That battery is no good. Yeah, it's puffed up. I mean, this could be actually the issue that we have, but I'm going to check under my microscope now. Let's check those pins. Through the first pin, that's moving. So maybe the socket's okay. It just needs to be reflowed a little bit. What I'm going to do now is I'm just going to reflow or resolder that pin number 1, which is the one that's causing us the problem. While I'm there, I'll also add a bit of solder to the legs of the socket, just to give it a bit more strength. And I'll just solder all of these points. Let's just see if it works. Okay. If it doesn't, it doesn't. That's fine. At least we've got to go. Come on this side. I'll add some fresh solder. Well, let's get that pin number 1. Just reflow these as well. Yeah, so I added some flux, in case you're wondering what I added earlier, which was just flux helps the solder flow a lot better. Just checking them all, absolutely perfect. Yes, that's what it is. The socket's fine now, look. So that actually should come on now. 5 volts, yeah, stable. Let's see what's going to the charging pin. Yeah, that's good. That looks good to me. So I'm going to plug in the screen now and let's see what happens. Right. You just sit there as it is, fine. It doesn't have to be all screwed down. It should work. Put the charger in, and as you can see, that device is now working.